I would like to acknowledge the ancestral, cultural, traditional, and unceded territory of the Shoshone, Bannock, and Northern Paiute people on which we are living today. Thank you. I know, now what's next? And then I think we motion to pass last. Commissioner Saldana. Do we have a second motion?
I'll second.
Commissioner Thomason seconds that, so we have them approved. And we will just go right into introductions.
Well, we need a back. We have a motion in a second, and then we need to vote to approve the minute.
Oh, let's vote to approve the minutes.
As long as there's no discussion on the minute.
Does anybody have anything they want to discuss from the last month's minutes? All right, so we all approve.
Now we need to take the vote.
Now let's take the vote. Thank you, Tiger. Aye. Motion to approve minutes is passed. And we move to Jen.
Hi, everyone. So a couple of introductions today. And please do pass our well wishes to John, who's missing today. But a couple of very important introductions. We have our new council liaison with us briefly. Councilwoman Clegg is here with us today. Probably does not need much introduction to those of you, but I'm not sure if you know all of our commissioners.
I know faces. I'm not sure I know all names.
Sure. So maybe we can just briefly do that before we move on to the next introduction. That's okay.
Yeah. Chris Clegg, no relation. We have decided.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to make me put back smart growth things. Yeah. So I've known her for a long time.
Okay. So you know JJ.
I do.
Melissa, do you want to go next? And then we'll do Gabby and Sophie. Oh, she doesn't have a microphone. Okay. Gabby, do you want to go next?
Hi, Elaine. Good to see you again. I'm Gabby. We also have worked together in the past. So yeah, so thrilled to see you.
See you.
Fantastic. And then our student commissioner, Sophie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Sophie, and then I'm the youth voting commissioner.
Nice to meet you.
Sophie is a senior at Boise High School this year, which is of course Councilwoman Clegg's alma mater and mine. So that is our first introduction, and Councilwoman Clegg will be with us as long as she's on council.
Till the end of March, and then I will no longer be a council member. That doesn't mean I won't care about it. So
that is true. She's been one of the biggest supporters, of course, of our program for many, many years. So we're grateful to have her presence here. And then I, of course, want to introduce Jillian Whitehill, who is our new executive assistant. We got very lucky. She had many choices and chose to join our team. And she's just hit the ground running and been doing a fantastic job. So this is obviously her first commission meeting, and seems to be managing the technology well so far, and everything else that she's been doing has been great. So we're very happy to have her on board. You want to say anything?
No, I'm just really excited to be with this team and excited to meet you all. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Thanks.
So I think that was it, Chris, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, great.
you know all the staff. We have a few staff.
Oh, that might be a good.
Not all.
Yes, there are. This is Tilly Bob. Maybe you know her. Kristen Hill, we've met a few times. Yeah, I'm the Cultural States.
Stephanie Johnson, public art.
Okay.
I'm Liana Andy. I've only been here for about 5 months. But I also work in public art with Stephanie.
Nice to meet you.
Shio, Cultural Assets Program Assistant.
Cool.
Travis Jeffries, History Programs Manager. Nice to see you again. We've met a couple of times.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Back to you.
So the next thing on the agenda is to discuss the Boise Airport Arts Master Plan and then move to vote if we are supposed to do that today.
Yeah, and my question to the commission is, I would like first to report on Jennifer and I went to the airport commission this morning and it went very well. They were very supportive of the plan and give us support to move forward. That's number one. Number two is, would you like me to go through the presentation again? Would that be helpful to you for me to run through the high points, or do you want to discuss? Do you have questions?
I think I'm good. I don't need to run through it. Does anyone else? Okay. Any feedback back from the airport?
Their feedback was all was focused on, they helped me remember all the points. One, enthusiasm for history exhibitions, in particular in areas where people loiter, so that, or are waiting. Support for doing something on the Indigenous people. There was general enthusiasm of the professionalism of the preparation and the breadth and depth of the plan, and enthusiasm to get started.
Yeah, they enjoyed, there was a comment from I'm not going to get his title right, but somebody from the Air Guard, Commissioner Donaldson, we'll call him. He really noted that he loved the idea in the plan of the local art rotating. So the fact, or the proposal in the plan to use local artists and give them that platform essentially to be rotating into the airport. So that was more of their comment. History, definitely, they all sort of nodded their heads about that they'd really like to see more history at the airport that interpreted the area and provided the people who were arriving there the opportunity to actually understand the place that they were landing. That was sort of the key takeaway from all the various comments that I took, was that the commissioners really recognized the importance of this particular work to that end, to doing the placemaking. One commissioner, after the meeting was over, came up and said, it's just Salt Lake City's beautiful, brand new airport, and you could be anywhere in the United States. You did not have any idea that you were in Salt Lake. There was no reference to place. And so I think that was sort of my main takeaway, that there were various things about the suggestions or proposals in the plan that they liked, but that generally speaking, they really want to see the work that's done at the airport be focused on making place.
Yeah, and the other thing that I stress that I think is important for us to remember is that this is a plan. So, and what you're approving is our possibilities. You're not approving budget, and you're not approving the prioritization of those projects. That's really in Stephanie and Leanna's hands to negotiate with the airport to identify the prioritization of the projects and what kind of budget will be allocated to those projects, and whether or not those additional programs will be initiated and at what scale. So essentially what we're asking you to do is to approve the direction that we've lined out in the plan.
And if I could, Chairwoman Clegg, I would just like to add one other thing, and that is throughout the plan, it mentions a few different times about potential staffing. And we are going to be putting forward in our budget request for fiscal year 2024 a request with the airport. The details of that have not been worked out yet, but we do have support from the mayor's office to hire a person to actually implement the plan because there's a lot of work to be done, and the two people that we have on staff right now are not, they don't have enough time to do all the other work that they do throughout the city and implement this plan. So we are planning to put that forward. Doesn't mean that council necessarily is going to pass it, but that is certainly our plan at this point.
And wasn't there an issue about the art budget with history budget? Has that been figured out?
Currently, the way the ordinance is written, it does not pay for doing things that are specifically history that don't engage in artists. So, so that's really a separate issue, which is that we're, Jennifer and I are working with legal and purchasing to look at the rewriting the ordinance, and that'll be brought forward as a separate conversation.
But it is intended to address in part that exact issue and making sure that we've got a revenue stream to help us with some of the programming and purchasing of artifacts and various accessions of collections that we can use. Basically that money for.
Great. Does anybody have any other questions?
Sorry, I just saw there is one that popped up here while I was trying to type. This is from Melissa saying, I read it, I'm ready to prove it. Thank you, Tilly, for all your work, especially the examples of what scale of project could go in the identified opportunities areas. Very helpful, great documentation. Great document and documentation of what's existing.
Great. Thank you, Melissa.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to comment that I love hearing that feedback that you guys got from the airport staff and team as well. I think history and art are so deeply intersectional, but I really love the idea that they're so excited by the historical narrative that can be told there. So.
Thank you.
And the book looks fantastic. So it looks really good.
Melissa Osgood was our designer, and Jennifer Whitebar was also instrumental in the editing process and in consistency of this document with the public works document.
It looks fantastic.
Sorry. You said that they were excited about the tribal history also?
Yes. Yep, the Brigadier General was the one who specifically asked that a question about our potential to showcase that, because it's not currently showcased at all at the airport.
That's fantastic.
Well, I would make a motion to, I wrote this down, to approve the plan going forward. Commissioner Saldana.
I'm just gonna clarify that that's to approve the Boise Airport Arts Master Plan as presented at the January board meeting.
Yes. I would propose we pass the Boise Airport Arts Master Plan going forward. Commissioner Saldana is seconded.
In terms of further discussion, just the if approved at this meeting, the next stop is City Council to present to City Council, and then do any final editing on the document, and then move forward with publishing and implementing.
Okay. So the motion has been seconded. The motion is to pass the Boise Airport Arts Master Plan to move it forward. Is there any other debate? So upon conclusion of the debate, it will move forward.
Take a vote.
Is that right? Take a vote.
So all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Any opposed?
Nope. The motion will go forward.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for all the work you put into this and for sending all that stuff to us after the last meeting. That was really exciting.
Yes.
Thank you for spending time with it.
And I'm excited to start seeing things. All right. So we have any other things of topic not on the agenda?
Nothing else on the agenda, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's it. You should have been at the last meeting. I missed it.
Might interject excitement about our new staff at the Irma Haven House.
Oh, is Tanisha on?
She's not, but maybe Kristen can tell us about her.
Yeah, so she was introduced in the last commission meeting. She's been another just incredible addition to our team, hit the ground running. She's making a lot of strides in moving forward on developing programming for the Birmingham House. We have been inundated with requests for use of the space and different programs that we would like to see there, which is really great to see happen. It kind of feels like we just notched up a level. And then we also have a new employee joining us next week that will be based at the James Castle House. So we will be meeting with her soon as well.
What's that?
Mackenzie Lawrence. Like to complicate things. I already wouldn't say that.
We have a fettuccine forum
Tomorrow,
tomorrow.
Right.
February 2nd.
Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so tomorrow, the Fettuccine Forum returns. So we had one in October with Bill White. We had one in November with Darren Perry of the Northwest Band of Shoshone Nation. And then we had sort of a 2-month interlude for the holidays. And we return tomorrow with Out in Idaho Queer Spaces Beyond Boise, featuring Professor Lisa McLean of Boise State University and her MA student, her master's student, Rachel Taylor. And they gave a little sneak peek of that on Boise State Public Radio's Idaho Matters just the other day, and you can check that out online or just go into Idaho Matters. And there's a link to that and just kind of foreshadows the talk that's upcoming. And it's really about community formation among the LGBTQ plus community outside of Boise, so in rural spaces across Idaho, and proves to be a really interesting talk. So we encourage you all to come and support it and enjoy First Thursday.
Yeah, and I'll mention a couple of other events too. So our cultural ambassador is currently showing Sweat at BCT, and that runs through, I think, the end of next week, if I'm not mistaken. And then in addition to that, there is a Baroque chamber concert by one of our grantees that is going to be on Saturday night at Boise State at 7:30 p.m. at the Morrison Center, the second floor performance space. It's not the main stage. And then we have the 5x5 children's reading series that BCT is also putting on the 6th, which is Monday night. So please come to our various events that the city supports. We, of course, want our commissioners to show up for those things. So we'll be seeing, I'm sure, some of us there. I see Sweat tonight. Can't wait. So,
and BCT is doing also a First Thursday happy hour from 5 to 6. Which is, we did the first one last month for the last play.
And the artist this time is
Sue Lotta. So I'm excited to go see her.
And Chris and I are going to be there tomorrow before Fettuccine Forum. So if anybody wants to join us.
Discounted drinks and snacks.
I know, see,
it's going to be a great day.
Yes. Right.
All right. So there being no further business before the commission, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
It's a motion. Like a motion.
It's not done yet. Is the first motion? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Thomason seconds. I got it, Tyler. I think. I have a motion to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor? I say aye. Meeting adjourned.